What's going on, guys? It's Derek Manasco with Mpact Real Estate here on site at Mill Pond Crossing, a new construction home site. All these listings provided by the Sean Maxey home team at Keller Realty Willamette. Today we're going to be talking about, should you consider buying new construction instead of a fixer-upper or residential resale? Let's dive right in. Let's talk first about why you should consider new construction versus an existing home sale. One, because of the alleviation of facing competition. A lot of times when you go to purchase a new construction home, you can get a lot reservation without facing competition. Or if it's the grand opening of the project and they're entering the first phase, you can get in on that opening weekend without facing little to no competition, which means you're going to end up spending less than you would facing competition on the open market. So that's absolutely a strong consideration, especially if you're a first-time home buyer, maybe doesn't have a lot of a down payment right now. New construction might be a way to go for you just from that aspect alone. What are some other reasons? Well, it's fun. When you do new construction, you get to pick out your finishes. For example, you get to pick out your cabinet colors, your hard surface finishes, the different types of granite, different types of flooring. There's different upgrades involved with fencing or landscaping. It's just a very exciting process that gets you really involved. It makes you feel like you're a part of the process. And then really the biggest thing after that is you just hurry up and wait to close. It's not a stringent process. You don't have to worry about this inspection period where you could have a lot of delays and or terminate the project or terminate the sale if there's something that's major that pops up in the inspection. So there's a lot of things that in a lot of ways new construction basically just minimizes and it makes it a smoother process. So pro tip though, I would suggest if you are looking at doing a new construction property and you're renting currently, make sure to switch over to a month-to-month because there can be delays in the process. Another big consideration, and this might be the biggest one of all, is when you factor in purchasing a new construction home, if it's a long construction process, let's say there's multiple phases to the process, if you can get in the earlier phases of the process, you're setting yourself up for annual appreciation without you having to do anything. Because typically along the way, normal appreciation happens year over year, but on top of that, your builder is going to increase the cost of the home sale in each phase. So you're literally just getting in systematized appreciation if you get in the early phases. And sometimes, especially with our current market right now, you could get appreciation rates of 20% annually, 15 to 20%, depending on the area and where you're at in the project. But that's a huge benefit. Imagine being a first-time home buyer, not having a big down payment, getting into new construction where you don't have to mess with project after project, cost after cost, things breaking, etc. And then you get to just sit on that appreciation and it gets you one step closer to your dream home. So that when you sell this place in 2 to 3 years, then you're going to have a huge down payment to put on the home that's going to be your dream home. That's another big factor to consider. All right, guys, now that we've talked about new construction, let's talk about the pros and cons of an existing home sale and or fixer-upper. Let's come inside and we'll talk. Let's talk about some of the pros of buying an existing home and or fixer-upper. Currently in our market, the expectation is this. All across our country, we are in a national shortage of inventory. So knowing that and setting those expectations in a consultation with your agent up front will help you have a good understanding of what to expect going into the purchasing process. With that being said, here's some of the pros. One, you can put your own stamp on your home. Everything from the floors to the appliances to the paint to doing projects over time that are really going to add a lot of value to the home if you can purchase it at the right price, which is tough to do because right now in our market, we're seeing things going for 10, upwards of 20% over asking price. So that's just something to consider when thinking about an existing home purchase versus a new home construction purchase. Let's talk about some of the cons. Some of the cons are also some of the pros. Some of the cons, being able to have to do all of these repairs on your own pocket, on your own budget, as long as you have prepared for that up front and you're not having to catch up for that while you're in the home and or on the backside and you didn't consider that up front, then you shouldn't have any surprises. But in the event something comes up during the home sale process, that's a major red flag, or you couldn't get it negotiated in the process, but you still love the home, that's still coming out of your pocket once you get in the home. So what about appreciation, right? We talked about appreciation with the new construction home. What's it like with an existing home or a resale home? Honestly, it's going to be about the same. The only major difference here is your neighborhood and area is going to determine a lot about what the appreciation rates are going to be doing in an existing home sale versus a new construction where the builder is going to continue to add appreciation all along the project for you. So just a couple of things to consider. And then we shot a video also on how to find that right home. And in that video, we talked about the surrounding areas, not just the homes right next to you, but the entire neighborhood and what those average home prices are selling for. So, and the appreciation rates annually as well. So those are just other things to consider. So how do you know which is the right decision for you? Take a look at the pros and cons list. Now that you've had a chance to review that list, I hope that helps answer some questions. If you have any more, comment below. If this can help anyone you know, share this video away. Like, subscribe the video, turn on notifications. Have an impactful day, and we'll see you in the next video.